Hi, I'm Sue Schuster, and I am the founder and director of Suzanne's Comfort Care Home in Perry, New York. I was teaching cosmetology for 35 years at BOCES, and I needed something to do for retirement, and I had volunteered at a comfort care home before, so I thought I'll open a comfort care home. I grew up in Perry, moved to Dansville, and that's why I chose Perry. There were no comfort care homes in Wyoming County at that time, so Perry was the perfect place to open one. We opened on May 8th, 2017, and to date we have helped 86 families and guests here.
Hi, I'm Regina Brown, and my husband's Robin Brown. We are affiliated with Suzanne's Comfort Care. My mother-in-law came here to stay back in July of 2017. She actually came in and she checked the place out before she came here. It was really kind of cute. And she was introduced to everybody, and she decided she'd come here for her last 2 weeks of life. In the process, everybody here was awesome. Joan loved the porch. She was always on the porch. People at times thought she was a volunteer. And she was always out there. They took great care of her. They did everything for her. She appreciated them and thanked them all the time. I have to say, Suzanne's is a great place to come to. I said, if you're end of life, and you're end of care, it's the place to be. I said to be comfortable and everything, and I had witnessed some special events here when she was here, and the day she passed, and it was very, very moving. But anybody should consider Suzanne's and do what we can for her in the community. We have in the past, and we try to still today.
The way we receive referrals is either from the hospital, hospice itself, or family members can call and ask if we have a bed available and can refer somebody. When somebody arrives, hospice will follow them here, and they are the ones responsible to get the medications, to set up the doses, et cetera, that we follow. So there's always a registered nurse available 24/7 to talk. Comfort care is a lot different. It's different than a nursing home, different than a hospital, and it's not hospice. If you have 3 beds or more, you're considered hospice and you would be state regulated. Because comfort care homes only have 2 beds, then we're not state regulated. We are like your home, my home. We're just literally a home. To qualify for comfort care, you have to be diagnosed with a terminal illness with 3 months or less to live. You come here with your doctor's orders of medications, and we are the caregivers for you, and your family can be the family. And that's what I think is great about comfort care, because I know how exhausting it is to help care for a loved one at home 24/7. So that's what we help with. It's just another option. When you come here, we do not do any needles, but we do give the prescribed medications from your doctor. We take care of your laundry, your food. We take care of you, especially. We are all volunteers here. We do not have any paid staff at Suzanne's. And like I said, you are the focus for us to take care of you on your end-of-life journey.
Hi, my name is Leslie Kunze, and I'm a volunteer here at Suzanne's Comfort Care Home. I've been a volunteer here since November of 2017. I believe in what the mission is, to help others and to give them. People always ask me, how can you do that? Why do you do that? And I always say, because everybody in this world deserves a peaceful place to end their life. They came into the world peaceful. Maybe it wasn't peaceful, up until this point, but everybody deserves a peaceful place to be when it's their time to pass.
I'm Christy Von Gunden. I started volunteering at Suzanne's Comfort Care Home in the summer of 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, when everything was sort of chaotic. It seemed at the time that being a member of the community was important, and to me it was sort of just something I knew within that I had to do, so kind of like if you know, you know. So I decided to ask about volunteering. I currently am an overnight volunteer, and I also like to do the evenings. I have a few kids at home, and I'm a homeschooling mom, so this kind of fills the gap of home life and being of service to others. Kind of like Leslie said, it's not as scary as it may seem. It seems, it feels comfortable, and it feels like it's the place that I'm supposed to be. So it is nice to be able to kind of create a home for people so they do not have to worry about anything else. So they don't have to worry about their normal life, just to kind of create a serene environment just for their life to end. Yeah.
My name's Ernie Lawrence. I've been a volunteer at Suzanne's Comfort Care since the very first guest came. I think that was a little over 5 years ago. I've helped in a variety of different roles. I'm a regular shift worker. I provide ordinary care for people on some occasions, but I've also served here as a chaplain for people that are interested in that kind of help, and I also play music for sometimes for people that are interested in that. I'd like to repeat a point that Leslie made, in that I think a lot of people are reluctant to volunteer at a place like Suzanne's because they think that there's a special set of skills that you need to have. That to volunteer at Suzanne's, all you need that you need to be a nurse, or that you need to be a doctor, or you have to have those kind of skills. But the truth is, all you need to do is to be willing to help, to be compassionate, and be willing to learn on the job while you're here. The benefit for that kind of sacrifice is that you get to make new friends. You get to make friends with the guests that are here. You get to make friends with their families. You get to make friends with the other volunteers, and I find the work to be very rewarding.
Some people have actually come and they've improved and they've left. I think a lot of misconception is that, okay, 3 months is coming, I'm not gone yet, so what happens? Well, you are constantly evaluated by your doctor or the director of hospice or a registered nurse from hospice. So you're constantly being evaluated. So if you're still failing, you do not have to leave. And I think that would be a scary thought if oh my goodness, it's coming to 90 days and we have to leave. But that's not the case. It has happened in the past because somebody has actually improved and then they move on to go back home. But it's just, like I said, it's an option to have comfort care. I think the lacking thing for any comfort care home is volunteers. And that's one thing I would love to stress, that if you have a few hours a week, a few hours a month, to come and volunteer. Another misconception about comfort care is you have to have a medical background or some kind of medical training to be a volunteer at a comfort care home, and that is also not true. You just have to be a caring individual. And then we do the training, we do shadowing, we have you come in, meet everybody, shadow, and see if it's for you or not. And we also like to have 2 people on a shift if possible, because it's just more entertaining. And you can help each other out. And I know when I used to volunteer, I picked up a good friend of mine that I didn't see as much as I wanted to, so I would pick her up every Monday and then we would go volunteer. So it's just a good way to get together with somebody you don't see very often.